everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Art, Arts, and More Arts. We are featuring up and coming artists who are doing their thing. We're going to give them some global exposure. We want you to see what it is that they do. And we have our first guest. We want you to watch the video of why it is that she got to be chosen to be on the show. So check this out, okay? Now, wasn't that amazing? Okay, so I want you guys to help me welcome to the show Dakota B. She is an artist. How are you doing today, Dakota?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for being here.
I am very pleasured to be here.
Great. Now, you have the youngest looking little face. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
But I happen to know that you're over 18. You're over 21, actually. But
yes, ma'am.
How long have you been drawing?
I first started drawing, got the senses of drawing in elementary school. Mm-hmm. And, in elementary school, you have those art teachers. They have you draw anything you want. They just let you create freely because you're a little kid. You're expressing yourself. So my mother, she pointed out to me, she said I was in 4K at the time. I think I was about like 4 years old, most likely 4 or 5. And she said that I drew a pig and my art teacher put it in like on the wall in the cafeteria. Oh. I don't remember this story at all, but my mom said that's what she told me. Even my art teacher told me, but I had no clue. So mostly 4 or 5 years old.
Interesting. So you've been drawing about 18 years then or more.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations. So what do you like to draw most? People, animals, fruit, trees, what?
My first thing that I actually drew were anime. Anime is what got me more into drawing because I got to see different type of cartoons, different type of animations, and the anime community is a very big influence in my life because that's where I draw more people, more cartoonish people into anime-like characters that I just come up with. Okay. But my favorite thing to draw is just things that come off the top of my head. It could be a little character or a cartoon version of myself with someone else.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm a little older than you. So do me a favor and explain what anime is.
Anime is basically, it's not a cartoon. I definitely want to let you know it is not a cartoon because so many people will get upset if you call it a cartoon.
Okay.
It's basically an adult version of animation.
Okay.
But mostly, like people our age and up will watch it because sometimes it contains cussing. Sometimes it contains very, very graphic, like images in it, deaths, children getting killed, or sometimes even domestic violence is sometimes in it.
Okay.
And it's basically, it stems from Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's like things that come from Japan. You probably heard of, Sailor Moon. Have you heard of Sailor Moon?
Yes.
That's anime.
Okay.
That's anime.
Okay. So like the Adult Swim cartoons.
Yes,
at night.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So if someone contacted you and asked you about drawing something that's not anime, would that be something that you could do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It definitely is. Because I try to broaden my horizons. I do not try to stick myself in one type of box when it comes
Okay.
to art. I try to gravitate to different things. Like
Okay.
I plan on learning sculpting later on down the line, even though clay and my hands, like they do get together sometimes, but sometimes they don't.
Okay. So what was it that drew you to art? I'm one pun not intended. But what was it that attracted you to art?
Well, I was a very quiet person. When I was younger, I wasn't as quiet. I was talking a lot. I was a social butterfly. But as I got older, I became more shyer and more timid. So art is basically my outlet to tell people what I'm thinking, to put out how I feel, because I wasn't able to express it in words like I can a little bit now.
Okay.
It helped me build my personality and express myself through what I love, which is art.
Interesting. Interesting. Would you, for let's say a young person who is watching this piece, what would you tell them if they're interested in art?
If you're interested in art, just go for it. Don't take no for an answer and just keep working on your craft, because the only person that can stop you is you. Even if you may not go to school for that same thing, keep doing it, because that doesn't mean that you can't support yourself through working a 9 to 5 job and also going towards your dream. Also, do not take constructive criticism to heart. Some people are out there to actually help you and give you the knowledge what can, get you further in life with your artwork. And
Okay.
sometimes it's hard to tell when someone is just constructively criticizing you, but don't take it hard, because some people want to see you succeed. So that's why they be like, oh, that arm is messed up, or that hand is kind of crooked, you might need to work on that. Don't take that so seriously, because that person could later on in life, what they say could help you.
Got you. Thank you for saying it that way, because I was just about to ask you, as a child, um, I guess in some ways I was a budding artist. I used to draw all the time, but I felt like I needed art lessons. So, and since that wasn't possible, I stopped drawing. But I didn't have someone to encourage me, I guess is what I'm saying. And so for that reason, I stopped. And based on what you just said, keep at it. Who knows what I could have done? I might have been a world famous artist. Who knows?
You still can. You
I'm not
still
too old.
can.
I'm not too old.
No. Like, from what I learned from a lot of people I watch, you got to surround yourself with a good group of people that believe in you. Also, you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then those people ain't going to believe in you.
Right.
But you're not too old to do it. A lot of you got people like, yeah, they be like, start young and everything. They put it in our minds that we have to start off young to do things, because like when we get older, that's when we say we feel old, we can't do it no more, because we lost the willpower when we were young. But that's not true. You can still do this when you're older. Like, look at some of the famous artists back then. Some of them died and all their stuff, like you see all their stuff becoming famous. And you heard the saying, give me my roses while I'm still alive.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, don't just think to yourself, oh, I'm too old. You can still do it. You can even still go back to school and get your degree in it. What's stopping you?
Yeah. Nerves. Nerves. Go figure.
I can understand that. Yeah,
nerves.
I can understand.
So if someone, like you just mentioned, wanted to go to school to further their education in art, what path would you suggest that they take? Or have you gone to school for art?
Okay. I do plan on going back to school. The school
Mm-hmm.
I went to technical college to try to get my like the basic classes, because
Mm-hmm.
some people say you have to get your basic classes before you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I went there because yes, some people don't have that much money, so that's not a bad idea. It's just going to take you longer versus you actually going to the school and actually putting it, like, going for the classes that actually puts you in that. You
Okay.
are going to need a lot more money, but don't just look down on the fact that you can go to a what's it called, the classes, like in art school. You can take art history in the basic classes, because
Okay.
that's important. You're gonna have to know your art history if you're gonna start drawing things, from sculpting to painting to even doing sketches, because you have to know the history of the art.
Okay.
So community colleges, so most people look down on community colleges, but community colleges can help you later on in life. I'm actually making plans to either go back to my community college I went to, or just do a college online, do
Oh,
classes online at this school called Full Sail, which is in a whole nother place.
yes. We know about Full Sail.
Yes,
We know
ma'am.
about Full Sail. The director went there. So we are very well aware of that.
Yes.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. So I really want people, now that they've seen the video of your talent, I want them to see what it is that you can do live. So let's take a break from our sponsors, and then when we come back, they'll get to see you actually draw and do your thing. Okay. We'll be
Okay.
right back. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back to Art, Arts, and Mo Arts. We are here with Dakota B. She is going to do a sketch for us. See, she said hi. Before you do that, I got to tell you about my nephew. He has, he's a little older than you, but when he was younger, he didn't see people like us in the comic books and things that he liked to read. So he created a graphic novel called Black Heart. It's doing very well, actually, but he made a whole world. I mean, a whole world. He's on chapter 2 now, and he lives in Kentucky. He's released it and everything, and I'm so proud of him because I'm talking with you and I'm looking at the similarities between the two. He doesn't draw, and so he hired someone to do his drawing. Someone actually from Japan, as a matter of fact. They do his graphics for him, but it's amazing what can be done with this talent. So I'm really excited to see what it is you're going to put on that canvas right there. So go ahead and get started.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And that's really awesome. Does he have a social media that I can look up?
Black Heart Comics on Instagram. I think it's Black Heart Comics on Instagram.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Facebook, as a matter of fact.
That's really good. I wanna read that. I wanna look at and read the comics.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. An amazing story. But would you ever think about doing something like that?
Yes, ma'am. I do. I'm actually have ideas that I want to do. After bettering my craft traditionally, I do want to go digitally. And later on down the line, I will drop something along those lines.
Excellent. Well, who knows what can happen in the future then? Y'all might end up working together one day. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I'm excited to see what it is that you're going to draw.
Yes, ma'am. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you see me?
I can.
Okay. Okay, what I'm doing today for you guys is because of the spooky season that we already have of October. I am going to draw something along those lines of Halloween that is inspired by that.
Okay.
And one of my things that I love about Halloween is when you get to go pumpkin picking. I never went pumpkin picking in my life, but this year I actually plan on going. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I plan to try to pick the biggest pumpkin I've seen. I've never been to a pumpkin patch, but this year I actually plan on going so I could get one.
Now, suppose you get a pumpkin out there that's your size. You can't.
If I get one my size, I'm definitely be happy. And what I'm gonna have to do if I get one that's my size, I'm gonna have to cut it outside.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to put it outside and cut it outside because I can't take it. It probably would not fit in my apartment, to be honest. And it probably would not fit in my parents' apartment either. I might ask them, could I use their backyard though?
Oh, well, it pays to have resources, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it
That's
could.
a resource.
Yes, ma'am. I don't think they would mind though.
Probably not.
They probably tell me to make sure I keep the mess outside.
More than likely. That sounds like something a mother would say. I should know I'm a mom. So, yeah, that's what I'd say. Keep the mess outside.
That's what you'll tell us to keep the mess outside?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. As a matter of fact, my kids, I wasn't a mean mother, but my kids knew certain things. Don't even ask. It's going to be a no before you even get the words out of your mouth.
Really?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
My mom was the same way. Don't let her fool you. And my mom was the same way.
And I have two girls. So, most people are like, oh, well, you just, you spoil your daughters. I'm about, yeah, right. No, you don't spoil your daughters. You prepare them for the world. And so you let them know that they're going to hear no, even if it's something that they really know and want, and that they have to learn patience. And so I taught them that at a very early age.
And that's
now
good.
I spoil them. Now they get spoiled because they're grown. So I can spoil them now.
Yeah. Yeah. You have the right to.
Yeah. They've learned the lesson already. So, I don't have to go back and reteach it because they got it, and they both have children of their own. And so they both spoil their kids. And of course I'm grandma, so I spoil the kids too. Hey, that's my job, grandma. I'm supposed to spoil the babies.
Yeah. Do you ever get the idea like they tell you, you never done that to us when we were little?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, my youngest grandson, he's about 2. And every now and then he'll call me Ma, or he'll call me Mama. And I just look at him and laugh because I remember when his cousin, who's going on 10, would call me, instead of grandma, he would call me Mama. And so it makes me laugh when I hear that. And when I see my daughter's face, when I see her reaction, I'm like, yeah, just wait. Because your child is going to have a child. And you know what? That's going to happen. That's going to happen. And you're going to get that look. You're going to get that look from the mother. Watch and see. It's coming. It's coming. It is coming. That's a bottle, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, look, I recognize that. Good for me. Anyway.
Hey, that's good. Most people don't even recognize it.
Yeah, it's a bottle.
Yes, ma'am. No, the funny thing is, makeup community might get mad at me, but this is a makeup brush.
Right. I was going to ask you, what mediums are you using?
I am using soft pastels.
Mm-hmm.
And I am also going to be using a little bit of color pencil and markers.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit of watercolor for the bottom.
Okay. Nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
I try my best to stay with those mediums, but just like I said, I do try to venture out without those mediums as well.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of them, like I can paint. Not granted, my painting isn't as strong as my sketching,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean it's nothing I can work on.
Ah.
Every artist, what I think every artist needs to know is that don't get scared when someone say you need to work on something.
Okay.
Everybody long down the lines is going to need a little bit of work on something.
Okay. So you draw or sketch and you paint and you've already mentioned that at some point you want to do sculpting. Is there anything else that you currently do?
Right now, that's mostly along those lines. Drawing, painting, and later on down the line, I plan to do sculpting.
Okay.
Mostly drawing has always been the love of my life. Because just like I said, it helped me express my feelings. It helped me get to see like the bright side of humanity. Because even in the darkest of times, like someone's like when they draw those pictures with something like blood and gore, you can still see the beauty in it because the artists took their time. They took their time and they basically put all their work in it. You gotta pay attention to the line. Don't pay attention how scary it looks. Pay attention to how the person drew it, how much time has been put in it. And it actually takes away the thought of, oh, that's scary. Why would a person draw that?
Nice detail.
Thank you.
See, I was drawing a little square thing, put a little top on it, been done.
Thank you.
That's my bottle.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's not it, though. That's not it all.
I see. I see. It's interesting to me how much detail you're putting in, because as a writer, I do the same thing. I just do it with words.
Mm-hmm.
So because when I'm writing something, I write in scenes, I actually visualize what it is that I'm writing. And so I put a lot of detail in as far as describing what's around, emotions, physical attributes, not just what the character says or what they do. If the character is depressed, I actually describe how they feel so that the reader can actually feel that. Or
that's good. That's what we need. Without writing, I actually feel without writing, art would not exist. And vice versa.
Oh. Okay.
Without writers, art would not exist, because what else is going to get? Yes, we can look at people to get our inspiration, but when it comes down to it, especially if you're trying to write a book of some sort, you're going to need writing. You're going to need the vision. So basically, writing actually gives us the vision of what we want to draw.
Interesting.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I believe.
But I like that thought process. Very interesting.
Thank you. Like, because most people, when they think of it, they be like, "Oh, writing don't have nothing to do with art." Yes, it does.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, and soften it some more.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting.
What do you think this is a bottle of? Since it's Halloween, it's supposed to be Halloween themed.
Um, let me think. I don't know. I don't know much about Halloween. I'm anyway. I'm not
I
big on
mean,
holidays. I would think it's not pumpkin juice. I don't think pumpkins have juice. Um, I don't know.
see, I don't know why you doubted that answer because it is something to do with pumpkins.
uh
Believe it or not, I love pumpkin pie, but you know everybody. I never had pumpkin spice.
oh.
You know the drink. Most people be like, yeah, they love pumpkin spice. Never had it.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Ah. Interesting.
Yes, ma'am.
I like sweet potatoes. I guess that's why I don't know much. I like sweet potatoes.
That's not bad.
I'm
That's
stuck on
not
the sweet
bad.
potato pie, not the pumpkin pie.
Thanksgiving would not be Thanksgiving without sweet potatoes.
Love sweet potatoes. The fries, the pies, the bread, all that.
Okay, now the fries. I don't know about the fries.
You haven't had mine. They're great.
When they can, I have it.
Yes, you can. One day you can.
Thank you. I would love to. I would love to.
Yes, you can. And for those who don't know, we are in Florence, South Carolina. So Dakota B is a local artist. And what that means is, even though we're in South Carolina, because the internet is wide open, contact her. We'll give you all that information so that if you want to hire her or work with her, you'll be able to do that.
Thank you. And you could definitely contact me. I wouldn't mind.
I bet.
The only thing, and I make sure I try to budget my time
Mm-hmm.
with the people. That way I would not overlap myself.
Okay.
I have a problem with overlapping basically different appointments. Sometimes I would accidentally double book myself.
Got you.
I had to learn my lesson with that. Don't over exert yourself, and also be careful of double booking.
Good, good. So if someone wanted to hit you up on, well, what, first of all, what social media platforms are you on?
I am mostly on Instagram.
Okay.
I post most of my stuff on my Instagram account, and they can get in touch with me on Instagram at Dakota Borealis. Run that all together.
Okay.
Dakota Borealis. Just put that whole thing together.
Okay.
And they'll be able to find me on Instagram.
Okay.
And sometimes I would post my stuff on Facebook, but not so much because that's my personal account.
Got you.
So mostly I just do most of my stuff post most of my things on my Instagram.
Okay.
And they can find me. Most people don't really go through this because they think they're too old for it, or their kids tell them that they're too old for it. They can see me post most of my videos on my TikTok.
I knew you were gonna say that because I'm too old for TikTok. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not too old for TikTok. It's actually very fun. Like, if you don't feel like doing trying to do the TikTok dances can be funny by itself.
So I've heard. You have to have working parts for that. But anyway.
You still do.
I do still have working parts. I just don't want to, some people are rhythmically challenged.
It's okay.
I'm one of those people. Anyway.
It's okay. I was one of those people.
Oh.
Listen. I have rhythm now, but if you ask me to do any of those TikTok dances, I cannot. So listen, I cannot. You can even find the people who, like, just like you said, rhythmly challenge. You can find them, and they can still do dances better than me.
Oh, that's funny.
They can do it better than me. Like, some of the dances that seem like it's so easy, like real easy to do. It's so hard.
I get it. Trust me. I get it. I
It's
get
so
it.
hard. Like, and I just sit there and I'm like, how can y'all even do all of this stuff? And I'm near y'all age and I can't do none of it.
But look what you can do. They probably can't do that.
True. True.
So
You're
that
right
might be a
about that.
fair that might be a fair trade-off.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. If I wasn't so in my feelings about
Understood.
it.
But I would
Really?
never have thought to put so much detail into a bottle.
Why?
It's a simple concept, but I guess because I don't see it from an artist's point of view, I don't have an artist's eye. I do with words, but not with actual pictures. I know when I look at something, whether I like it or not, or if I think it should have more detail, I know that, but I'm not, I don't have a trained eye. I guess that's what it is.
I mean, you can develop it if you want to. You can develop that trained eye.
Okay.
You can develop it like that. This is not hard to develop. It's just basically paying the attention to detail and being able to spot things out. Like even a person who probably has never seen my work probably will see me draw this and be like, I can do that. And they should. I want people to be like that. I want them to feel it's like, you know what? I can do this. That's what I draw. One of the reasons why I draw. I want to be able to inspire and light a fire in somebody who be like, I could do something like that.
Nice.
Oh, what she said, I think I can do that. She's right. I'm not too old to do this. I'm not too old to do that. And that's why I think it's slowing us down anyway in our society as we grow as people, is because we keep holding on to that fact that we have a long time ago, is that we're too old. We're getting too old to do this. We're getting too old to do that. That it won't work out.
See, look, you're giving us a lesson in life and art. Look at this.
Listen, I don't know that much about life now. I just said I'm still learning.
No, we all still learning. Everybody, if you're breathing, you're still learning. I promise you that.
Yes, ma'am. And one of the things I definitely learned as an artist, don't be afraid to learn.
Yeah, that's how you grow.
Yes, ma'am. Because if you don't learn how, just like you said, how can you grow? And that's one of the things I actually learned. Don't be afraid to learn. Because the Lord up above will humble you if you stay. He will humble you. Like, I try not to declare myself as being the greatest artist ever lived. Because I know out there's somebody that's going to be better than me. And that's what I want. Because not only does that strive that person to be better than you, it strives you to be better than what you were before.
Right. It gives you something to reach for.
Yes, ma'am. And most people lose that type of vision. How's it looking on your side?
It's looking great.
Thank you. Because on my side, I'm having second guess.
Why?
You said why?
Yeah, it's looking great.
Thank you. No, the funny thing is,
what?
Believe it or not, a lot of artists will be just like this.
Really?
Like yes, ma'am. We will second guess everything we do.
Well,
like maybe I should have made sure it looked different. Maybe I shouldn't have put that there. Maybe I put too much orange.
No, it looks amazing.
Thank you. And another thing I learned is that I am my worst critic.
I know that feeling.
I am my worst critic. so it could be like, oh my God, you did such a good job. And I'd be like, but you did not see that hand. Look how that hand is crooked.
See, I understand. Definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's easy for us as creative individuals to always, I guess we have a bit of perfectionist in us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're always striving for what we feel perfection is in our eyes. And we aren't always so cognizant of what other people see or feel about what it is that we've created. And so I think that's the reason why we are always our worst critic.
Hey, yes, ma'am. I definitely agree with that. I really agree with it. And it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
They say sometimes the light that shines the brightest doesn't even know it's shining. Doesn't even
Yeah.
know the light is on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting how in this line of work I meet a lot of creative people. In all kinds of different facets of art, music, literature, whatever it is. And for that reason, I meet a lot of temperamental people. I do. I meet a lot of people who don't recognize their own genius, I guess is how I want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing something, they really like doing it, they feel that they're good at it, but they don't recognize their genius behind it. So I meet some people who are extremely humble as creatives, and then I meet some who are extremely arrogant. And when I say they're arrogant, it's not because they don't have the talent. No, that's not the reason why. It's because they do have the talent and they know it. And it's like they just flaunt it and throw it in your face. But by the same token, I meet just the opposite, people who are extremely talented and they are just very humble about the skill that they have or their genius. And that's the reason why they don't recognize it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to meet a lot of people like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing this before I even got my first show, I've been doing this for decades. So I've met a lot of people for a long time. I've met a lot of people.
Right. You met a lot of people and made a lot of friends, right?
I have. I have. I have. Some have been lifelong friends and some have been friends for a little while. And some are just people I know. But it's all been good.
See, one of the things that I definitely remember learning is that when it comes to the art community, don't be afraid to make friends inside the same community, the same perspective that you are, because it's good to surround yourself with like-minded people.
It is.
It's really good to set yourself up with like-minded people. Some people got it so twisted, be like, "Wouldn't that mean more on competition?" No. I mean, there's such a thing as healthy competition. You could probably learn something from somebody that you didn't even know existed. They could probably teach you a technique just by watching them. You could probably learn the technique that they use. You're like, "Oh my gosh, how do you use that?" And that could be the shining star of your life. That could probably be the next step into your career. Y'all could probably build a even reputation with each other, become a team, a non-stop team. Like, I am part of a group of people, and the group is called Split Bear. And to be honest with you, just like I said, constructive criticism. I love those people so much that they would definitely tell me something I already know is that my hands are already off. And they'll pick at me and be like, "You don't pay attention to human anatomy, do you?" I love those people so much. Because, like, to be honest with you, they're part of the group that's helped me strive to be better. And also, it's like they compliment me because they basically let me know, "Hey, you do need to work on this, but other than that, it looks really good."
See? See? That's like actors and actresses. They are friends. They go up for the same parts sometimes and stuff, you know. So I agree with you. Is healthy competition. That's a good thing.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a very good thing.
Yeah, that is real. That's what most people need to grasp. Healthy competition is real. You don't have to feel as if you need to, oh, I need to be better than my friend. Because sometimes you can ruin your friendships like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can
That's
ruin it.
that's a
And
good
that's how a
mature.
lot of friendships get messed up. And
Yeah,
that's the sad part.
that's a very mature way of putting it.
Thank you. I try my
You
best.
try
Even
your
though I
best.
look so young.
Well, see, you have some wisdom behind that young face. See that?
Yes, sir, because I try to make sure I pay attention to a lot of things and take things not take things too seriously. I try not to take myself too seriously as well because I know that in this time life and time, yes, I am young, but I know there's a lot of things I need to learn outside of me being young. Like I'm not much of a party person, but that doesn't mean I don't like to go to parties.
Got you.
So it's like I try to anything that I feel like I can learn from, I try to at least learn something from it. Even if it has nothing to do with me or a situation that I'm going through, I still try to learn something about it.
Got you. That's a good way.
And
That's good.
thank you.
That's good. Wow. If I hadn't seen you if I hadn't seen you actually do this piece, wow. I can just imagine what you do with people. Well, we saw what you do with people, with little characters. We saw.
Yes, my favorite one I did is the one I did recently, the butter character.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually my favorite one because I got to see what I can do with just one color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of hint of different another color in there. Of course, black to outline it and give it depth and everything. But just seeing what I can do with one color, that's why I try to challenge myself. And I am done.
You're done. Look at that. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Very nicely done. Well, everyone, now you have seen Dakota B do her thing. Okay. You all have her information for Instagram. Give it to us one more time, Dakota.
Dakota Borealis at
On,
Instagram though.
on Instagram. So there you go. Contact her to follow her, to hire her, to work with her, to say I like your artwork, to say I can help you out, whatever it is. Make sure that you don't sleep on this young lady. She's going to be around for a while. Look at what she can do with a simple bottle. Can you imagine? Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for being here today. We appreciate you being on Arts, and More Arts. And if you are interested in being featured on the show, please send a 3 to 5 minute video to that email address, moartsshow@gmail.com, along with a short bio and your artist name and legal name. Thank you so much. We'll appreciate you being here, and we'll be talking with you soon. Bye.